So today is the day. Today's a big day actually. I am going to be redoing this small pond. And it's going to be a lot of work. The main thing too is breaking down everything, taking out the liner. I mean, you have reptiles in there. From frogs to fish to who knows what is all around here. And then you got all these plants. And I'm going to have to be careful with a lot of it. But for the most part, we're going to have to take out this first section. I think I'm going to do that first and build it before I decide to go to the next section, pretty much the Y. So I'll do one side of the Y and then start on the next. But it's fairly early in the morning right now, and I gotta get started early with this because it's gonna take a while to do. So, and as you can see, you got a lot of clover. My wife put a lot of clover in, and the turtles can eat that. And then we have a blueberry bush for the second time, which is real nice. Yesterday, I spent my time. I made this pad and fire pit about a year and a half ago, and I just put the raised bed in. I made the wall and behind it. And then all the way in the back is a retention pond, which we're building. And where that big tree is, that's going to be an island. All my drainage water goes out there. So there's a lot we got going on. And then this is my little garden with a lot in it. So this is what I've been doing lately. There's a lot of work to do, and I want to get most of the yard stuff all finished before I start up with working and making money with Checkmate Landscape. Also Checkmate Customs, and that's the aquarium builds, and that's the epoxy furniture. So my main concern today is going to be this pond, and we're going to go on from there. So a lot going on, and hopefully this goes pretty smooth. That's Sally. Alright, so you can see I took out all the rocks around the pond. Also took the bridge out. You know, nothing crazy, but now I gotta take the bucket filter out. I gotta empty some water. And we do have some goldfish that are still in here, and a massive bullfrog that just happened to jump in as well. So we're gonna pump this water out, and then get to the next stage. Massive bullfrog. You don't see this every day. Look at the size of this bullfrog. He is a, whoa, shit, he's a beast. And there he goes, look at him. Amazing. Look at him. Wow. Just incredible. Alright, so the entire small pond and the stream here, everything is out. Now it's time to get the flat shovel and make this the way I want to make it. And afterwards, I'm going to outline this with wood and then put the tarp in, and hopefully we get better results this time around. So let's do it. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm measuring and cutting every single board here. So we're going to have everything lined up even where it needs to be. Then we can get to screwing it in and getting it all put together properly. So it's coming along. So it's definitely coming along. Just trying to get it nice and level and just continue to let it go. So slowly but surely, I'm gonna try to put a couple more pieces of wood, kind of clearing it out for the bottom, so it just makes it better. So the bogs, as you can see, this is one bog. I'm also gonna put another piece in on this one so we can create some sort of nice waterfall, just like we had last time. So I'll probably fill it up a little more with some dirt in this area, and then there's a lot of backfilling, but I really don't want to backfill until I have the tarp in. So let's go. So what I tell people all the time is the prep. The prep is the most important part. That is what makes and breaks anything that. All right, so this is the finished product before we put in the pond liner. So everything looking good. So let's get this liner in, and yeah, it's been quite the job. So once we can get that liner in, we can fill around the entire pond, and yeah, let's see what we got. 13 feet long. You know, for the same reason I started my Checkmate company is the exact reason of this. So I would have had the tarp and everything all in yesterday if the tarp wasn't so terrible. Look at this. I mean, even looking at it, you can tell how just, I mean, I don't even know what material that is, but they said it was puncture proof. The Sunshine Ligustrums, man, these sticks are like nothing. A little stick went right through it. So here's the plan, man. This crappy tarp is pretty much gonna be on the bottom with the landscape fabric and whatever else I decide to use to just pretty much soften it up, I guess. You know, it is wood. The wood I did pick does have more of a curve to it. It's not, you know, straight edges. That was the reason why I did get this wood, so it would be easier on the tarp, on the liner. So what I'm gonna do is put something down underneath the actual pool liner, which I just ended up getting. I got a 20-foot by 13 wide. Another thing was it wasn't even big enough. So what they told me it wasn't. So that's what you get for trying to buy a tarp on Amazon. I knew I should have went to Lowe's and got the real deal. So instead, I spent $50 on crap and then spent $160 at Lowe's to actually get the tarp. You know, I should have got it from Lowe's from the jump, but unfortunately, sometimes I'm an idiot. So I'm gonna get the padding this up. I'm also gonna add another 4x4 on here because what I want is for this bog to have a little waterfall, and then it goes through, and then it's going to be another waterfall going down just a little bit. So there's a lot of small things that I do want to fix up. It's probably better I did not put the tarp, the liner in yesterday, because it has marinated and it made me think a little bit more on what would be a little bit better. So we're gonna get to doing that. We're gonna get this pond liner in and set it up, backfill all this. It's gonna be cool. This is gonna get done today. So let's go. You know, we made a joke at Christmas time. They said, when are you ever going to use lavender tape? And I said, I'll find a use for it. I'll use it for something. There we go. Found a use for it. trying to do is just cover every part of the wood, and I'm just gonna tape it. It doesn't need to be perfect. The liner is just gonna go over it, but we don't want any punctures in the pond liner. So super important to not get any punctures or any of that. And that's all. It doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to do the job. Anything else that's seen at the end, I could just get rid of it, but the main purpose is making sure everything is perfect when I put this liner in. All right, now we got everything covered with the landscape fabric. It's going to be, I am going to double the liner. So I'm going to use the older liner just to double it up to give it a little more cushion, and then we're going to put the big liner in. Looks good so far. Let's go. All right, old liner in on this side. Just got to put it in on that side. Yeah, so this liner is so terrible. I can't even put it on the bottom and put the new one over it. So I'm basically putting the old liner down in both bog areas, and now I'm going to place the new liner in. So let's do this. Alright, you can see clearly I'm not all up in here with my boots, but it looks like I'm never going to be able to figure out how to set it up until we do fill it with some water and see how much this pond liner is going to stretch and whatnot. So I'm going to have to fill it up and get in there. Alright, so I've been doing a whole lot of work, and I have more dirt to fill in, but for the most part it's looking pretty good. We got it where alright, just like always, I have the pump, rocks, drainage rocks, river rocks, whatever. I pop a nice foam pad on top, protect that pump as much as possible. And then of course we stuff the polyfill in. I got gnats biting me like crazy, but this is pretty much it. We're gonna stuff that in, then I'm gonna close it up. That is the filter for the small pond, and we should be good in the game, so let's go. Alright, so as I fill this up, you can see the bucket filter goes up and it tees off right there. The heater is going to be hanging, and it's actually taking a while to fill up, which is pretty wild. So pretty much ran the line here. It tees off and you can't even notice it until you kind of get there. And what it is just on the bottom, and the same thing with this tee. So the pond is completed. I did run this 3/4 inch pipe further down the line to give me a little more pressure in both of the bogs. I was just running the 1/2 inch too far where the pressure just wasn't cutting it. So the only thing actually left to do right now is to put the bridge in. So let's do that real quick. Bang, the bridge is in. So this took quite a while. I'm not gonna lie. I would be lying if I said this was an easy project to do. So you want to build a pond, and this is not even the big pond, but the thing is with this, it's more complicated than doing a big pond, because you need one liner and you have all these streams, and just it's difficult. It's like a Y. So, but I am very happy with how it came out. I will be making adjustments in the next couple days just to see what works. And yeah, 2 days, and I finally have water in it. The heater is on. It won't take long to really get established. It's outside. I have all the plants that were in the pond before, so I'll probably give it a couple days before I decide to throw any of the fish in. But this is going to be the convict's new home, and I will probably get smaller minnows, different types of fish for different areas in this pond. So it's going to be really, really cool. I'll probably have some smaller fish just in this stream area. I will have a couple different fish in the bog areas. Like I said, I did fill this up quite a bit, and the bog is actually overflowed, but it's okay. I mean, I'm not really stressing it at all. I am just happy I got this done. The gnats are eating me alive, but it has been a really, really cool project. I'm glad you stuck with me. I know it's a long video, but I mean, I could have made it a lot longer, to be honest. But I mean, you see how much it takes. I mean, if you think about it, video is probably 25 minutes. It took 2 days. So at the end of the day, though, it's been really cool to get this done. I'm super excited, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. You know.